Hello, everybody. So glad you are here. We're going to have a great day. I'm so glad you guys have decided to tune in. I've got a brand new Now Wow or Holy Cow set of cards for you. We've got 3 cards that we're going to work on today. So I am live right now if it is July 2nd at noon Central Time. I realize your time zone might be a little bit different, but we are on live right now. But if you're watching the replay, you're watching at a little bit different time, that is great. I'm glad you're here. Shout out to all my replay viewers. I appreciate that. So yes, we've got some Now Wow or Holy Cow cards that we're going to be creating today with one of my favorite stamp sets right now called Field of Flowers. This is on page 117 of the new Stampin' Up! Catalog. Anyone else love this one? I am loving it. All right, so I want to give everyone just kind of a quick little rundown of how things are going to work today. First of all, we've got some measurements going on, obviously, but I don't want you guys to mess with them. At the end of the video, if you guys want to just go down to the YouTube description, you are going to see a link and you can just click that link. It's going to take you right to my blog post. You're going to see photos. You're going to get the measurements. You're going to see a complete supply list. Everything you might want to know about the card, you're probably going to find it there. So you can check that out at the end of the video. I see lots of little comments popping up. That makes me so happy. Please leave me your comments here. We want to chat with you. The most amazing moderator ever, my best friend in the whole wide room, Brenda Paulson, is my moderator for today. It is her birthday, so I encourage everybody to give Brenda a big shout out for her birthday today. Happy birthday, my friend. I love you. So she is giving up a little bit of her special day to come spend with us, and I really, really appreciate her. Yes, so if you want to leave comments during the live right now, here's how you're going to do that. You're going to want to log in to your YouTube account. You've got to be logged into your YouTube account to comment live. Now, if you're not on live, no problem. There's a place there at the bottom. You can leave comments for me as well. I want to hear which card is your favorite, the Now, the Wow, or the Holy Cow. I want to hear from you. So, who's ready to get to stamping? Let's get started. We're going to be moving the camera around for a second. So, if you'll give me just a minute, I always tell people if you get a little motion sick, look away. Here we go. One of these days, I'm going to get all that fancy smancy equipment, but for right now, this works. All right. Okay, I am so excited to share this stamp set. So as I said, this is on page 117 of the brand new annual catalog, the 2021 annual catalog. I just have to point out, look at all, first of all, the always, I think is really what caught my eye right away. And I love that font so much. With this really great kind of leafy, grassy image down here, it's gorgeous and it lends itself so perfectly to today's cards. We've also got some larger flowers and a little accent one, little dragonfly too. And look at all these sentiments. So we have always believe, thinking of you. You are always in my heart. You are always my friend. We have love always, a celebration, and in my heart. So some great sentiments, but let's talk about this flower image. Okay, let me show you this flower image. Yep, it's all on one stamp, but do you see how here in the catalog, there's an outline around it? The reason there's an outline around it is because that also comes with a matching punch if you buy the bundle. I love to buy bundles. I love to save 10%. I mean, who doesn't love to save 10%? But what's cool is this punch is going to punch out those flowers. So if you stamp them maybe in white and you stamp them in yellow, you can punch those out and you can add it to your cards. Now, I do want to let you know that today, we're not using the punch. Oh, sad face, right? Yeah, we're actually not going to use the punch today because we are going to just focus on the stamp set. So, very, very cool stamp set. And I say we get started with our Now card. So, here we go. All right, so let's go over the card stock you need for the Now card. This just really couldn't be any easier, guys. I have got a Whisper White thick card base. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I love to use the Whisper White Thick for my card bases. Now, underneath that, it's a flashcard today. This is a Magenta Madness cardstock, 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. If you guys follow the flashcard series, you know all about that. Brenda will even put up the link there if you're not familiar with what a flashcard is. It's just a really great system for creating cards in a flash, like what we're going to do today. I have a piece of Whisper White here, and that is 2 1/2 by 4, and you see that's just going to layer nicely here on my card. Okay, so let's talk ink pads. We're only going to use 2 ink pads. Don't you love it when we just use minimal supplies? The Magenta Madness and Granny Apple Green. So bright, so cheery. Many of you were telling me how hot it is where you're at, so you're probably loving that, right? Okay, I am going to go ahead and get started with the card, and I'm going to bring in some grid paper because we're going to be stamping off just a little bit. I'm going to start with that Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to take the grassy image here. And the reason I said I needed that grid paper is we're actually going to stamp off the cardstock down here. So, yep, just going to come off the cardstock a little bit. And that's mainly just so I don't get a line right here. I don't want to be off that, okay? All right, so now that we have that, let me come in with the Magenta Madness. And we're going to add our sentiment always. Oh, this thing just pops, I'm telling you. All right, so for my first card, we're going to stamp this right about there. I'm going to leave a little bit of, make sure I have my little space here because I'm going to come back in with the Granny Apple Green. And this card, we're going to say, my friend always. So let's stamp that right there. That's pretty simple. Okay, back in with the magenta, and we're going to bring in these flowers. I'm so in love with this little flower stamp. So I'm not lining it up on anything, okay? Just kind of stamping them. See how it just kind of fills in really sweetly? Love it. Now, let's go ahead and do a little bit of work on our card base because I didn't want to leave this one just plain, okay? So let me move this out of my way and show you what we're going to do here. I decided I wanted to use an embossing folder. Embossing folders make everything, even though it's a wow or a now card, it can still be a wow, right? So this is the, oh, I didn't write it down, the ornate, oh my goodness, ornate floral. There we go. Ornate floral. It's a brand new one. So I got to memorize all these names of things again. All right, we're going to slide that into the embossing folder. Let me bring my Big Shot in because I want to show you how to run this one through your Big Shot or through your embossing machine, whichever one you have. It's always fun to try to bring this monster into the camera shot. So when you put this one in here, you can fold this down. I'm not a fan of that. Sometimes I am, but you know what? Sometimes it leaves me a little mark that I just don't like. So I'm going to line up the edge of my embossing folder with the score line. And then what you want to do, I hope you guys can see this. I probably need to slide this up a little bit. But you're going to line up the embossing folder right on your plate, okay? Or on your platform. And we're going to run this through. And that way you can take your embossing folders the other direction. A lot of times I'll use a 4 1/4 by 5 or by 11 inch, and that way I can go in this way. But yeah, that's how we're gonna take it that direction. Okay, let me move this off to the side. And now, guys, we're gonna be able to put this card together because it's a now card and it goes together that fast. I'm going to use the brand new Stampin' Seal. And I'm starting to love this stuff. It's super strong. It's much stronger than the snail was, but there was a learning curve to it. And one of the learning curves, you got to hold it straight up and down and not out of side. And use a really light touch. Slide and glide, my friends. Just gently slide and glide. That's all we want to do. Okay, let's add our flashcard here. And now, because this is textured, you know what? I think I'm going to switch and I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. This is like your super strong stuff, guys. Super, super strong. And I love it whenever I'm adding images to an embossed area, because you know that embossing kind of it's bumpy, so that means not all of the surface is going to touch, you know, when I adhere it down. So I really do. Boy, I'm telling you, it is sticky. It's sticking to me. All right, we're just going to add that right to the center of our card. That's a now, right? And it's so cheery. There's that Magenta Madness is absolutely gorgeous. So a super, super quick card, right? Okay, let's move on to the next card. And this is our wow card. So we're going to do a little wowing here. Let's see. Let me show you the supplies that you need for this card. Again, with our Whisper White Thick, same measurement, 5.5, 8.5, score at 4 1/4. And this time I'm going to add some designer series paper. And this is from the Brights collection, and it is Granny Apple Green. Love that it's double-sided, but I really liked how this wood kind of looked on it. Let's go ahead and add this since I've got it here and we're all kind of ready to go. All right, little bit of my adhesive. And we're going to add that. By the way, the measurement on that is 3 1/4 by 5 inches. All right, now to that, we're going to add some Whisper White polka dotted tulle. I've got 16 inches of this, and I'm going to tie it in a knot here on the right-hand side. So let me give this a quick little tie, because I do want this down before I do my stamp, or before I adhere the focal image. All right, so we'll straighten this up. Let me grab my scissors and we can just trim down the excess so that it looks pretty. Okay, now we're gonna do our stamping again, bringing back in my grid paper. And this is going to seem very familiar because it's kind of close to what you've already seen me do. So the focal images today are going to be very, very similar, okay? Hey, I'm going to make a little comment here about this Granny Apple Green. It looks kind of dark, but it's going to kind of lighten up as it dries. So if you go, ooh, that looks pretty dark, yeah, but it's going to dry lighter. And that is actually true with many of our darker colors. So magenta, we're going to stamp our always. Now let's go ahead, you know what, we'll go ahead and get our flowers while we're here. I always like to put that big one right there. There's no right or wrong though, I promise you, no right or wrong with that. Okay, let's see, for this card, let's say always thinking of you. How about that? So we're going to say always thinking of you. I closed up my Granny Apple Green too soon. And now I can say thinking of you right there. So sweet. I'm just going crazy over this card. Okay, now I'm going to adhere this, and I did one in advance. I did them in advance in case I messed up. Okay. And I adhered this. That is also the 2.5 by 4 inches of Whisper White on a 2 3/4 by 4 inches of the Magenta Madness. Now, remember that card where we put that ribbon? I put Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. Remember, this is a wow card. So this is the one that we say, oh, we've got a few more extra minutes to make it a little extra special. So I'm going to take those, make sure I'm good and straight. There we go. And that gives us dimension. It gives us texture. We've got the texture there in that wood grain from the designer series paper. It is beautiful. Do you notice that these cards, let me bring in the other one. Where did it go? There we go. That the cards are very clean and simple. I love clean and simple. They are some of my favorites. But because they are clean and simple, I chose to leave the inside blank. This is going to give me plenty of room to write my message of, you know, if this is a friendship card and I want to write a friendship message, Always thinking of you is, well, that just kind of goes for everything, right? Especially right now. You know, it's just great to send a simple thinking of you card. But I do like to leave those blank inside. That's just a Connie thing. Okay. Are you ready to move on to the wow card? This one is going to be awesome. Here we go. So my supplies for this card are also my Whisper White Thick, same measurement, 5.5, 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're changing things up a little bit with this one. I've got a piece of Magenta Madness, and this is 3.5 inches by 5 inches. My Whisper White is also a little bit different, guys. 2 1/4 by 3 5/8. I'll explain why here in just a little bit. Okay, so for, oh, and I also have a little old olive ribbon. This ribbon is from the Ornate Garden Ribbon combo, and this is really gonna just set the card off really nice. But for this card, this is the holy cow. Let me show you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring in the Ornate Layers dies. Oh, these are so beautiful. I mean, you can tell just by looking just here at the dies. We're going to use this one right here. It's a great frame. But you know what? I wanted to be able to show you. I said they were beautiful. Let me show you how beautiful. I'm going to turn that around so you guys can see. This is the one that we're doing right here. But look at all the detail in these dies. So gorgeous. How many dies is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 dies. I hope I have that right. I've only had 2 cups of coffee, so I don't know if I can count today. But look at all the details. So these you can just, if you want to die cut something from and create a little border. And then these, of course, die cut out. Detail, detail, detail. Beautiful. Okay, so let's come in and do some die cutting on our Magenta Madness here. So we're going to take this. Let me bring my Big Shot back in. But now, since I'm not embossing, I'm going to bring in my thin plate adapter and a cutting plate. And then I can add my die. Okay. I'm going to give you my little hint. Now, everybody's machine, everybody's die cutting machine is a little bit different, right? I mean, no one's is the same. Oh, there we go. Whenever I have a detailed die like this, I like to run it through 3 times. Yeah, I'm that person. I want to make sure it cuts everything. As I said, everybody's machine is different, so it's really hard to say exactly how yours might be. But for me personally, that's what I like to do. Okay, and so let me go ahead and set that die off to the side. I do want to tell you, you might see there's some little pink pieces left behind. Oh, look, now they're gone. Well, I have 1. Yeah, that's how I kind of get those out of there. Just give it a nice little tap. And you can see we have a really great detailed die cut. Now, I am going to bring in my take your pick tool and the attachment. You know, you can get that attachment with the die brush, and you can just run that over. Look at that. It pulls all those little tiny pieces right out of there. Now, because I didn't want to do that while you guys were sitting here, I said, okay, well, let me just go ahead and get it prepped for you. So that's what it looks like when it's done. My daughter has a mirror that looks almost exactly like this. Maybe that's why I chose the magenta today, because that reminded me of her mirror. All right, so we have this. Remember, this is a smaller piece of cardstock. So I'm going to come in with my granny apple again. And you know what? I think for this one, I might start. Let's start with always so that we make sure we have space for what we want to do. So there's my always. And this one is going to be my friend. So it's going to be, yeah, we're going to put my friend always. Okay, now that way I can see a little bit better where the grass needs to go. So this one, yeah, we're going to switch this one up just a little bit, and I'm going to have you stamp your sentiment first. And let's bring in our flowers. just like we did before, because the flowers make everything happy. Now remember, I said there's that punch. You could always go and punch out those flowers and add those with a mini glue dot. Very simple to do if you really, really want to go wow. Okay, this one, this is what we love. This is why we cut it a little bit smaller. See those dots that are going all the way around? We want to make sure we leave all that pretty, pretty detail in the die. We don't want any of those to get hidden. So we will add our sentiment, and it just fits perfect. I'm going to take my card base. I do want to tell you, I have considered using the embossing folder, but it's too busy. It's just too much going on. So I thought I'd tell you, you might want to go like super holy cow. Don't do this. It was just, it's too bold, too bold. So now we can add this, and make sure you're putting your adhesive in this center section, okay? Whoops, got a little stringy there. I'm telling you, it's really strong stuff. All right, we will add our sentiment there. Now let me grab my ribbon because I dropped it on the floor. Yup, it's that day. Connie's dropping stuff. That either means I had too much coffee or not enough. All right, this is where it goes. Like that looks really cute, but watch what happens when we add that bow. Oh my gosh, so, so pretty. Let me bring in my other cards so that you can see them all. So we have a now, and we have a wow with just the addition of some ribbon and some designer series paper and a holy cow. Oh, it's not holy cow yet. Connie needs bling. Do I ever not add bling? All right, let's take our take your pick tool, and we're gonna add some rhinestones here to our flower, or flowers. So the number of rhinestones you're gonna need, of course, will be determined on how many you stamped, how close you stamped them together. But yeah, this, look at that. Oh, I love rhinestones, and I love that they're adhesive back, so look how fast they go onto your card or stick to your finger as it's doing right now. But that's why I love the take your pick tool. It allows me to get it right. Whoops. It lets you get it right where you want it, except when I say it. All right, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I think I could add, actually I could add bling to all of these cards, I think, and they would still be gorgeous. Now, wow, holy cow. I'm telling you, I just think these sparkle and shine, and they're bright and they're cheery, and who couldn't use bright and cheery right now? Love, love, love. Okay, give me just a second. I'm gonna flip my camera around so we can chat before we close. And I will, there we go. Okay, oh, I hope you guys enjoyed those. I love to do now hour holy cows. I'm actually kind of a now person anyway. I tend to just like, let's make these and get going. Yeah, so very excited about today's card. I hope you were too. Field of Flowers, gorgeous, but don't miss this punch. Even though I didn't use it today, don't miss out on getting the bundle and getting that punch. It's fabulous. All right, hey, if you enjoyed the Now Hour Holy Cow today, would you give me a thumbs up on YouTube? I always appreciate thumbs up. It lets me know what you like and what you want to see more of. YouTube kind of likes it too. It lets people know that you guys like to watch the YouTubes and the YouTube lives that I share. So thank you so much for that. Hey, I want to let you know that something big just started yesterday over at Stampin' Up. If you're not aware, it's called Bonus Days. This is a promotion that Stampin' Up does every year. I love bonus days. I say think Kohl's Cash, only with Stampin' Up. So much better, right? Right, it is. So for every $5 that you spend, or $5, for every $50 that you spend, you're going to get a $5 bonus days coupon. Now remember, that's $50 before tax and shipping. And what's going to happen when you place that order, Stampin' Up's going to email you a special coupon code worth $5. Oh, by the way, spend $100, 2 codes, $10. Spend $150, here we go. Spend $150, you're gonna get 3 codes worth $15. And those coupon codes that you earn during bonus days, you get to spend those in August 4th through August 31st. So, what happens in August? The holiday catalog. Yes, the mini catalog will be live by then. So this is a great time. Stock up on those items you're madly in love with. Start checking off your wish list in the annual catalog, and then you can take those bonus coupons, those bonus days coupons, spend them in August when you're getting ready to start maybe thinking about your Christmas cards. Yeah, awesome, right? Remember, it's every $50. So yes, when you spend $150, because Connie went down on a rabbit trail, let me try that again. So when you spend $150, you get 3 coupon codes, $15. But you also earn Stampin' rewards. Guys, Stampin' rewards start at $15. So it's like $15 now, $15 later. It's a pretty good deal. Like I said, this is a great time to start chipping away at your wish list. If you want to find more information about that, you'll see it there. Go down in the YouTube description. You're going to see a link that will go to today's blog post. Again, you'll see all the pictures, the supply list, everything I used, and you'll see the information about the bonus days. So I did mention the annual catalog. If you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would be thrilled to be your demonstrator. And you can request a catalog from me if you're from the United States. I am limited to the United States. And if you don't have a demonstrator you currently order from, I would love to be your demonstrator. Look up at the top corner. It says Want a Catalog. That's going to be over at simplysimplestamping.com. You can click it and fill that out, and I would love to get a catalog mailed out to you. Now, if you already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I do kindly ask that you contact your demonstrator for a catalog. I'm sure they'd be happy to get one to you. So, all right, there is some more big news. Big, huge news. And that is, if all goes well, tomorrow, if you have subscribed to simplysimplestamping.com, you're going to see an exciting email coming your way. You are not going to want to miss it. This is what I'm going to call the sale of the century. I mean, big time sale. I have been working on all of my retired product for 7 years. So it's been a while since I've done a big stamp sale, so we're going out with style. Guys, there's going to be great bargains there. Be sure to check your email if you have subscribed to Simply Simple Stamping, and hey, if you haven't, head over there and click subscribe so you can get notified about that stamp sale. I want you to know about that. Okay, now the next YouTube Live is going to be on July 9th. And you know what? I thought I had the cards sitting out, and I think I left them over here in a box. Will you stick with me so I can show you? These are pretty awesome. I think they're worth the wait, so let me go show you. All right. And that's not the box. Let's try. Nope. Oh my gosh. Nope. I've been busy. There we go. Sorry about that. I should have had these out when we started because I really do want to show you the cards we're going to create next month. They are pretty cool. We're going to be doing window cards next month. Okay, this first one is just too adorable for words, so hold on. Ready? It's so cute. This is called Hippo Happiness. Look at that paper with it. This is the, actually, I think this is the Field of Flowers paper, I believe. You know, I'll have to check on that. But look at that. When in doubt, be a unicorn. Look at my little unicorns. They're so cute. So we're going to create that card. And you're not going to want to miss that one. And then I've got another one. And that is done with the Nothing is Better Than Sweet. My favorite. And it is a little cocktail card. And so when we go inside, we say today's plan, consume cocktails and be awesome. Yep. Well, hey, it's a holiday weekend. So we got a little of the designer series paper in the brights, just like we used in the Now card or Wow card today. Yep, those are the 2 cards we're going to be creating next week. So that is at noon Central Time on July 9th. I hope that you guys will join me for that. Woo! Hey, one last thing before I close. While we were chatting before things started, people were talking about the Creative 8 summer online retreat. Woohoo! We're so excited. The Creative 8 team has been busy creating some over-the-top awesome projects for this retreat. This is an all-day retreat on July 9th. That's a Saturday. We're going to be stamping with you live every hour on the hour. It's going to be great. 10 live videos, 10 stamping projects, complete with written tutorials as well. So you can even create them later on, and you're going to have really nice, crisp, clear written instructions for the cards and the projects. Now, registration is going to end on July 9th, so time is running out. So to check out the Creative 8 retreat, you can go over to simplysimplestamping.com, and it's actually going to be under tutorials. I know, it's a little odd, but click on tutorials and you will see the Creative 8 summer online stamping retreat. We would love to have you join us, guys. So much fun. This is our second one. Many of you were already saying you're already signed up and you're excited, and you've been saying, oh, I can't wait. And we are excited to stamp with you. Okay, so I had a lot to share there at the end. Thank you for sticking with me. Guys, happy Independence Day. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the long one. If you work outside the home, enjoy that day off. I want you guys to have a great day. I am signing off for now. Love you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.